Hi, welcome back. This is Becky, and I am jumping right into another sketch. I am journaling right onto the page. I went for a walk this morning, and I'm just thinking about what I was thinking about on my walk, and that is shoulder pads. I was I was remembering myself as a child, literally a child in the 80s, with these dresses and shirts with shoulder pads, and thinking, why? Whose idea was it for me to wear shoulder pads as a child? Whose idea was it for anyone to wear shoulder pads? And why did everyone want to look like linebackers? So some thoughts are not as deep as others. And I just decided to write it down just to scribble underneath this painting and get it out. And now I'm going in and I am painting over with it. And I'm thinking about what colors I want to add to the page and laying those out on the left-hand side, mixing colors. And it looks like I'm feeling the magenta and I got some blue. And then I always have white on my palette and black, typically white and black to mix in to lighten and to darken. Now I'm taking my favorite Stabilo All pencil and scribbling lots of lines. I know I'm going to be creating a face here and just kind of deciding where that face is going to go and looking at placement. And then I'm coloring in some of those shapes, those lines that I've created. And the face is starting to emerge, as well as some shapes. I've been really into painting circles. I'm always painting circles. It looks like some circles are starting to emerge here, and I'm committing to those circles, but not too committed. I'm always willing to let stuff go, and that's one of my favorite parts of intuitive painting is just following my intuition, see what colors I'm craving, adding one line, adding another line, adding a mark, adding a shape, and then covering up some of it, all of it, creating lots of layers. Some will peek through, lots will go, lots will change. Staying really unattached and really open to the possibility of what will come next. Part of this process, it looks like I have a lot of mid-tones going on right now. So the other thing I'm doing constantly is lightening and darkening. So right now it looks like I'm starting to draw in the shapes of the face and outline and committing to where the face is going to live. Creating those eyes. As you can see, I'm not going for realism, and I have one eye larger than the other. I'm just following my intuition. This is not hyper realistic, obviously. Actually, this piece reminds me, if you watched cartoons back in the day, the Jetsons, it's very futuristic and kind of mod feeling. I didn't watch a lot of cartoons, but I did watch that one, and it was one that I really liked. I'm adding some of that green gold paint and then coming back with the magenta. It often feels like dancing, like I'm dancing with color, and I'm adding lighter color, and then I add darks back in, and then lighter color and darks back and forth. It's a dance. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm sure you can hear it. I have two French bulldogs. One, her name is Maud. She likes to sleep on my shoulders, on my neck, on the couch that I'm sitting in. And they are full of wrenchy noises. So lots of snorts and lots of snores. And she's snoring right in my ear. So I'm sure that is coming through. So I hope you are not too bothered by the Frenchy snores and think it's as cute as I do. So now I am committing. And I'm solidifying some of that background color so that the circles are going to stand out and the figure is going to stand out more. So another dance is letting go and adding on. So I use that blue color to create a little bit of calm in some areas. So the other pieces that are really much more textured and colorful and have more movement will stand out. And I'm committing to the outline. So I'm going in and sharpening those black lines around the face. And then creating the outline for the other shapes. And the body of this figure. So those black lines, I like having some of them darker in some places and the thin and thick lines vary throughout. Adding details throughout the circles. They're kind of these funky shapes. So again, back to the dance. So I'm adding in the lights, and I can tell I'm getting close to done. Usually I add in white towards the end to make things pop. And I know that acrylic paint dries dark, and I tend to paint dark already, so I like to have the contrast of the light and the dark and make sure that my piece isn't too dark. And I tend to add light in the eyes to help them really stand out. So I hope you've enjoyed this longer process video. This was about an hour, over an hour of painting that I've condensed down into 9 minutes. And I'm gonna remove the tape soon, and which is my big reveal, my favorite part of letting it stand out. Framing the piece is having that white border around it and really helps it pop. I'm doing some last mark making. And here we go. Happy painting. I hope you enjoy.